They had 17 years, 300 million users, Microsoft's infinite money, and they lost everything in 18 months. This is the story of the most brutal business execution in tech history. Skype wasn't just the market leader, they owned video calling. When people wanted to video chat, they said, let's Skype, no matter what app they used. They were invincible. But a tiny company with 10 million users was about to commit corporate murder. Here's the shocking part. Zoom's victory wasn't an accident. Every decision that led to Skype's destruction was made years before anyone heard of COVID. While Skype was counting money, Zoom was building a weapon. March 2020 pulled the trigger. In exactly 18 months, Zoom went from 10 million to 300 million daily users, while Microsoft announced Skype's permanent death. How do you kill a giant that seemed impossible to beat? You make one bet they can't match. You prepare for a war they don't see coming. And when the moment arrives, you execute flawlessly while they collapse under pressure. This isn't just about video calling, it's about how any industry leader can be destroyed overnight. Strategies Zoom used? Someone's using them against your industry right now. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how they did it and how to never let it happen to you. Because in business, being first means absolutely nothing if you're not built for what comes next. To understand this impossible victory, we need to go back to when Skype seemed absolutely unbeatable. Mark Zuckerberg is still in college. The iPhone doesn't exist. Two Estonian entrepreneurs launched Skype and changed everything. International calls cost $2 per minute. Skype offered magic. Free video calls to anyone, anywhere. The explosion was instant. 54 million users by 2005. 207 billion minutes annually by 2010. When Microsoft paid $8.5 billion in 2011, it was their largest acquisition ever. Skype wasn't just the market leader, they were the market. But here's the first fatal mistake. Monopolistic success breeds strategic blindness. Meanwhile, 3,000 miles away, a Cisco executive was growing frustrated. Eric Yuan had spent 14 years building WebEx into a $3.2 billion acquisition. He understood video conferencing better than almost anyone alive, but he also understood its fundamental problem. It sucked. Even Skype, the consumer darling, regularly dropped calls. Business meetings required IT support, expensive hardware, and the patience of a saint. Yuan's vision was crystal clear. Make video calling as reliable as a phone call, as simple as sending an email. When he pitched this to Cisco executives, they laughed. WebEx was printing money. Why disrupt success? So Yuan made the decision that would reshape an industry. He quit, convinced 40 colleagues to follow him, and in 2011 founded Zoom with a mission that seemed impossible. Video communications, empowering people to accomplish more. But while Yuan was building in stealth mode, Skype was making catastrophic technical decisions. Skype's peer-to-peer architecture was revolutionary in 2003. By 2015, it had become what engineers called technical debt hell. The platform relied on hijacking users' computers as network nodes. When these supernodes crashed, the entire network suffered cascading failures. Zoom told a completely different story. Built from scratch on modern cloud architecture, distributed servers designed for mobile-first world. While Skype's aging code made innovation nearly impossible, Zoom was architected for the future nobody else saw coming. The performance gap was already obvious to anyone paying attention. Zoom maintained sub 150 milliseconds latency. Skype users experienced constant audio delays, video sync problems, and mysterious connection failures. But the real genius wasn't technical. It was psychological. While competitors required account creation, downloads, and complex setup, Zoom eliminated every friction point. One click, one URL. That's it. As Basecamp's CEO perfectly captured, it was just simply way easier. Yuan's obsession was deeply personal. As he later explained, every morning I woke up not wanting to go to work because I never saw a single happy WebEx customer. This customer obsession would prove absolutely decisive. By 2019, the stage was perfectly set for what nobody saw coming. Zoom had 10 million daily users, but enterprise-grade infrastructure operating at just 50%. 100% capacity. 17 global data centers ready to scale instantly. A protocol designed to work flawlessly under stress. Skype had 300 million monthly users, but was drowning in technical debt, corporate bureaucracy, and feature bloat that prioritized complexity over reliability. Microsoft had created a strategic nightmare, simultaneously maintaining Skype, Link, and Teams, confusing users and splitting engineering resources. The weapons were chosen. The battlefield was prepared. Neither giant realized the war had already begun. March 2020. The moment of truth arrives. Suddenly, kindergarten teachers need to run online classrooms. Grandparents want to see grandchildren. CEOs must manage distributed teams. The world doesn't want to learn complex software. They need something that just works. Skype's nightmare begins immediately. Traffic explodes overnight. The peer-to-peer system, revolutionary in 2003, becomes a catastrophic liability in 2020. Supernodes commandeering users' computers can't handle the load. Cascading failures ripple across the network. The user experience becomes unbearable. Dropped calls every few minutes. Audio-video sync problems. Quality degradation under any stress. The platform everyone trusted for 17 years is falling apart exactly when the world needs it most. Meanwhile, Microsoft's bureaucratic disaster is fully exposed. They're simultaneously maintaining Skype, Link, and Teams, creating user confusion and splitting engineering resources. A disastrous 2017 Skype redesign focused on Snapchat features instead of reliability. App Store ratings plummet from 3.5 to 1.5 stars. But Zoom's crisis is even more terrifying. December 2019, 10 million daily users. April 2020, 300 million daily participants. A 3,000% increase in 4 months. This should be every startup's dream. Instead, it nearly destroys everything UN built. Zoom bombing explodes across headlines. Uninvited participants hijack meetings with offensive content. Privacy advocates discover Zoom's encryption claims are misleading. The FBI issues warnings. Stock price volatility reflects market panic. For a brief, terrifying moment, it looks like security concerns might kill Zoom exactly at its moment of triumph. The technical meltdown reveals which architecture was built for war. Skype servers have to decode and re-encode every video stream, a processor-intensive nightmare that creates bottlenecks under load. When traffic spikes, the entire system collapses. Zoom's selective forwarding unit design simply routes streams directly. No processing bottlenecks. Their 17 data centers operating at 50% capacity provide instant scaling headroom. In hours, they provision 5,000 to 6,000 AWS servers and add 7 petabytes of daily capacity. The performance differences become stark and immediately obvious. Zoom maintains sub 150 milliseconds latency, essential for natural conversation. Skype users experience constant failures, but the real test isn't technical. It's leadership under fire. While Microsoft executives hold meetings about meetings, Eric Yuan does something that defines his entire philosophy. He personally responds to critics on Twitter. He implements an immediate 90-day feature freeze focused solely on security. He hires Facebook's former chief security officer, Alex Stamos, and Google's former privacy lead, Lee Kistner. The security improvements, default passwords, waiting rooms, hidden meeting IDs become industry standards, copied by every competitor. The psychological moment that changes everything happens at Google. During an all-hands meeting with thousands of employees, Chief Business Officer Philip Schindler's son walks in and asks if his father is on a Zoom call, then proceeds to praise how much better Zoom is than Google's own Meet product. If Google's own executives' children prefer Zoom to Google's product, the cultural shift is complete. The verb has changed. Zoom replaces Skype in everyday language. Meanwhile, the numbers tell a story of complete domination. Q2 2020. Zoom records 331.32 million downloads, joining TikTok and Pokemon Go as one of only 3 apps to exceed 300 million quarterly downloads. Skype's iPhone app fails to crack the top 200 while Zoom never leaves the top 20. But here's the most revealing statistic. During the same period when everyone desperately needs video calling, Skype's daily active users actually declined from 40 million to 36 million. Users aren't just choosing alternatives, they're actively abandoning the platform. The crisis has revealed which company was built for the future and which was trapped by its past. The war is essentially over, but the climax is about to begin. The 90-day sprint that saved everything. While Skype users abandon the platform in droves, Yuan makes the decision that defines his leadership forever: complete feature freeze. Every engineer focused solely on security. No new features, no revenue priorities, just fix what's broken. The transformation is breathtaking. Default passwords, waiting rooms, hidden meeting IDs, end-to-end encryption that actually works. What started as Zoom's biggest crisis becomes their greatest competitive advantage. The viral explosion becomes unstoppable. Every successful Zoom meeting creates multiple new users. The host experiences reliable quality, but more importantly, every participant can immediately start hosting their own meetings. This viral loop is marketing genius that money can't buy. The freemium strategy proves its brilliance. The 40-minute limit for group calls isn't arbitrary. Research shows optimal meeting length is 45 minutes, creating natural conversion pressure without alienating users. Free users experience full quality before purchasing, eliminating risk perception. The financial results are absolutely staggering. Revenue skyrockets from $623 million in 2020 to $2.65 billion in 2021, a 326% increase in a single year. Stock price surges 343% from March to October 2020, reaching a peak valuation of $159 billion. That's more value creation than Microsoft's entire $8.5 billion Skype investment, twice over. The cultural moment that seals complete victory. Zoom replaces Skype as the default verb for video calling. Just as Google replaced search and Uber replaced taxi, the language has shifted. This isn't just market share, it's cultural dominance. The education sector becomes Zoom's secret weapon. Early licensing deals with universities create institutional familiarity that spreads to the corporate world as students graduate. When schools close globally, Zoom removes the 40-minute limit for all K-12 institutions, cementing its position as the platform of choice for an entire generation. The final numbers tell the story of complete annihilation. By September 2021, Zoom has 300 million daily participants. Skype has become a punchline. Microsoft announces permanent shutdown in May 2025. The most revealing statistic, 55% of high-revenue Zoom customers paying over $100,000 annually started with employees using the free version. Word of mouth beat billion-dollar marketing budgets. Even Microsoft's own customers prove the victory is total. 48% of Microsoft 365 enterprise users also use Zoom, demonstrating that even Microsoft's captive audience prefers Zoom for video. The competitive response reveals the depth of Zoom's moat. Google makes Meet free. Facebook launches Messenger Rooms. Teams grows to 320 million users through Office 365 bundling. Everyone copies Zoom's features: breakout rooms, grid layout, security improvements, but copying features isn't enough. User experience and cultural momentum can't be replicated. The trust built through consistent quality execution becomes Zoom's unassailable competitive advantage. The human drama behind the victory. Eric Yuan, mocked in 2011 by investors who said video conferencing was already solved, changed his screensaver to "it can't be done" and kept working. His customer obsession, not feature complexity, guided every decision. When asked if COVID helped Zoom, Yuan gives a surprising answer: "I really wish there was no COVID. Zoom would be a much better company today." This humility, combined with technical excellence, explains how a company everyone said didn't need to exist defeated a giant everyone thought was invincible. The impossible has become inevitable. 40 engineers left comfortable corporate jobs to build something better. A CEO answered customer emails personally. A pandemic revealed which companies built for the future and which were trapped by their past. Zoom didn't just defeat Skype, they demonstrated that in technology, architecture is destiny. Simplicity is power, and customer obsession is the only sustainable competitive advantage. So, what can you learn from Zoom's extraordinary victory? 5 actionable lessons that apply to any business. First, technical debt kills giants. Skype's peer-to-peer architecture, revolutionary in 2003, became an anchor in the cloud era. What legacy systems in your business could become vulnerabilities when conditions change dramatically? Second, simplicity beats sophistication under stress. Zoom's one-click join defeated Skype's feature-cluttered interface when people needed solutions that just worked. How can you eliminate friction from your core user experience? Third, architecture decisions determine scalability limits. Zoom's cloud-native design allowed instant scaling that Skype's system couldn't match. Are you building for today's needs or tomorrow's opportunities? Fourth, customer obsession wins over feature obsession. Yuan personally responded to complaints while Microsoft focused on internal politics. How directly connected are you to actual user frustration and delight? Fifth, preparation meets opportunity in ways that look like luck. Zoom's pre-pandemic infrastructure investments created the appearance of overnight success that actually took years to build. What capabilities are you building today for opportunities that haven't emerged yet? The deeper truth: in technology markets, past dominance guarantees nothing. The future belongs to those who build for where the world is going, not where it's been. Microsoft's $8.5 billion Skype acquisition became a complete write-off. Zoom's peak $159 billion valuation represents creating more value than Microsoft paid for Skype, twice over. The lesson isn't just about beating an incumbent. It's about fundamentally rethinking what your industry could become. Zoom didn't just make better video calling software. They democratized face-to-face communication, making it as casual as sending an email. They transformed video from a special occasion requiring technical setup into something as natural as picking up the phone. The next time you join a video call effortlessly, remember you're witnessing strategic decisions made years before you needed them, by people who believed the future would be different from the past and built accordingly. Now, here's the uncomfortable question. What Skype in your industry looks like an unbeatable giant, but is actually vulnerable to someone building for the future? Because while you're watching this video, someone is in a garage or coffee shop planning to do to your industry exactly what Zoom did to Skype. The only question is, will you be the disruptor or the disrupted? If this breakdown changed how you think about competition, hit that like button and subscribe for more stories that reveal how the impossible becomes inevitable. In the comments, tell me what David versus Goliath business battle you want analyzed next. And remember, in business, being first means nothing if you're not built for what comes next.